let's jump into problem 6.4a, a variable consideration problem. What does variable consideration mean? It means we might make a certain amount of money or we might make a different amount of money depending on some future event. In this case, it's can we finish the project on time? If we finish on time, we get a bonus. If not, we don't get a bonus. And so there's two different outcomes, and it's unclear which outcome is going to happen. Build It Right Construction enters into a contract with a client to build a specialized warehouse for a base price of $800,000. Okay, so we're building a warehouse. The price is $800,000. The contract includes a performance bonus of $50,000 if the construction is completed by December 31st, 2031. Okay, so if we complete on time, we get a performance bonus of $50,000. Based on their prior experience with similar projects and the current weather forecast, Build It Right estimates there's a 90% chance they're going to finish on time and receive the bonus, and a 10% chance they're going to be delayed and they won't receive the bonus. It says receive nothing. They'll receive the $800,000. They just won't get the bonus. Assume the company uses the most likely amount method. What's the transaction price? Okay, the name is very descriptive here. What's the amount of revenue overall we're most likely to get? We're most likely to get the full amount, $850,000. The 800 plus the full $50,000 bonus. That's the most likely outcome here. We think there's 90% chance we're going to finish on time and get our full $850,000. Now, you might be saying to yourself, well, why don't I just wait and see when we're done? Well, construction projects stretch for a long time. So, each month we're going to record revenue, and we want to record our percentage of completion based on this $850,000, not based on the $800,000. That's what that's saying. As we're progressing, we don't want to treat the $50,000 as a one-time windfall. We're going to say this is part of the project that we expect to receive, most likely. Assume the company uses an expected value method. What's the transaction price? Well, we go, okay, what is the expected value of the contract? Well, it's $800,000, the base. And then there's a 90% chance we're going to get $50,000. So 90% times 50 means the expected value of the bonus is $45,000. So in total, our expected value of this contract is $845,000. So that would be our transaction price. The $800,000 we're going to receive for sure, and plus a 90% chance at 50 is worth 45, right? 90% of 50 is 45. So overall, it's $845,000. Now, which one are we most likely, funny I use that word, are we going to use? And in this case, the most likely amount certainly makes sense. 90% chance is a very high expected chance. It's a binary, win or lose the bonus. We think we're going to get it. 845 is never a number we're going to receive. 850 certainly makes more sense here than doing the expected value method. The expected value method would be if we have a myriad of outcomes and there's reasonable likelihood of many of them, or many clients that are in a similar situation. We can go, okay, well, our weighted average of all these projects and an expected value might make sense there, but for this one-off project, 90% chance we're going to see it. I think going with 850 makes sense, and then if we don't get the bonus, we'll deal with it at that time. All right, that's it for problem 6.4a. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye-bye. The next video in our series is right up here, and if you want a supercut of all of the videos in this series, that's the one down below.